Who in God's name watches this, do you think?
Bryce Urbano, that's one.
Shout out Bryce Urbano.
no.
The dude from YouTube watches this?
No, not. Well, yeah. Well, he might.
He's
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the. Oh, you're going to the bathroom now?
Motherfucker.
At the end of this setup? No, you can go to the bathroom. Go for it. No. Go for it.
Well, I was
Oh,
kidding.
you're doing
but
shtick.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Everything I do is a shtick.
This is great. Ladies and
Yibs
gentlemen,
godaza.
welcome to the show. My friend Lyle King.
Yibs GD.
Make sure your head is in there. Yeah, alright, cool. Feel safe. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the as yet untitled Conrad's untitled nighttime untitled show. I'm here with my friend Lyle King. Lyle King, welcome. This is it. Due to copyright laws, we have to sit outside, ask people to turn the music off, and thankfully for us, it's July in Arkansas, so it's really easy to do that.
Ooh.
I have water coming off of my head.
Yeah. You know what's weird? It feels like July should be the hottest month. It's gonna get hotter. It's gonna get hotter till like August. I like how we're opening with the weather.
Yep.
That's
the weather.
What could be deep topics.
Oh, okay. Well, what do you want to talk about? I want to talk about the same thing everybody else is going to talk about. I want to make a bet with you on how many times like Donald Trump is going to get mentioned in this next like open mic. Okay. Well, less so about like the topic of conversation, but it's just that I already know.
Let's put the gain at 11.
Yeah. I'll edit it.
Yep.
I don't know. My take on it is just, wild incompetence all around.
Mm-hmm.
Took a long time for the SWAT sniper to shoot the guy. The guy who was, the shooter didn't do his job. Secret Service should have checked the rooftops to begin with.
Right.
Like, what is happening? Like, the education system really is in trouble.
Well, a friend of mine posted an ex-military guy saying he thinks it was staged.
What? All right. Well.
So, I don't know. That's all I have to contribute. I don't really have a dog in the race. So
yeah, I really don't either. Well, I mean, I do. I vote. I don't know. I vote third party as much as I can. I figure like if partisanship is going to be so bad, a third party, all you need is you need like 5% of the House and the Senate to be making all of the decisions. Like it would destabilize the two party. Like it would decrease partisanship. People would have to work together, otherwise.
Which I would say is a good thing.
Yeah. I think so, yeah. Because right now, the only way you get effective policy is when, Congress is, 50-50 and, a handful of people are going to die, so they don't need funding the next year. So, they can vote on their conscience.
Yeah.
For once. One time in their whole career.
They're having fun, I can tell.
If they're retiring at the right time. I mean, geez, so a lot of these guys are fucking dinosaurs.
Are you enjoying this?
I don't understand.
It's fun topics.
Yeah, I didn't mean to kick off on that.
Christ.
You said deep. So I
mean,
we'd go all the way to that end of the spectrum.
Yeah. Deep, shallow, kiddie pool. I mean, you know what? I was thinking about this today, actually. I'm too open to book. Like, I could tell my life story if I felt like right now, but I should not divulge every detail.
I don't know. I mean, there's only 20 people who listen to it.
Sure, but I mean, how many?
A lot of them are
do I know?
a lot of them are like, this is how open micers meet people from different towns that they've never met. That's one thing.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, I gotta get to Tulsa at some point.
Tulsa rules, dude.
Yeah, and I mean, they already. I mean, Missy and them, they saw me do the pepper thing. So that was the first night I did it. They happened to be there.
Oh my God.
So yeah,
that was incredible.
It was. It needs to come back. I need to go harder.
I would say it's like a quarterly bit. You can't do it every time because otherwise you're the pepper guy.
Yeah, it's been about a year though. I bet.
I learned that with jokes about about sex offenders, and then people come up to me after the bit and they're like, "Yeah, funny sex offender guy." I'm like, no.
Like, I'm not on a list.
Not me. No.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah. Wait. You know what? Last time I did it was the week. It was the Tuesday before my surgery. So I was like, if I die, I want to go all out. I want to do all the props. I misplayed my guitar up there, so.
Oh yeah, let's lead in with that, huh? Mm-hmm. You had a procedure done that had a what % chance of killing you?
I
That's probably not a great pitch from the doctor, but
yeah,
like,
no, they didn't say but they were just like, there's always a chance shit could go wrong.
yeah,
Because it's on my neck.
it's right on the neck, dude.
Yeah. The C6 and 7 vertebrae, it slipped.
Whoa.
Yeah, from driving a bus for 2 years.
You just
Yeah, like 12
Sitting
hours,
like
just
that?
tension, just like, oh, there comes the thing. Don't. It's like, sir, we're gonna. And
oh
it's just.
man, I totally have that. I'm just not as tall.
Wait, no, what?
I'm just never mind. Anyway, I realized when I realized when Nick Farrell came on the show like a couple weeks ago. Well, a couple weeks, last fucking week. Like when he wants to talk about Kill Tony, and I just made it about myself for like an hour. Yeah,
I mean, that's how you win them over.
having to watch footage of yourself regularly is uncomfortable.
It's weird.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I
I've
usually
gotten
watch
used
it like
to-
fast forward, but
Yeah, I've gotten used to hearing my own voice.
I can do that.
But
Yeah.
It's weird watching yourself. It's like, oh, I didn't realize I did that.
Oh, okay.
Is that a
So
tick?
the thing is with the alopecia, excuse me for saying so, but like my self-image is a little bit different than like what I am. You know,
Yeah,
if that makes any sense.
it does.
Like a lot of people get, they peak in high school, stunted growth kind of thing. I don't know. I should be Justin fucking Bieber right now. Anyway.
Yeah, one of my guitarists was like, man, I could have been the next Kanye by now. I was like, do you really want to say that?
You don't really want to be Kanye,
It's
do
like,
you?
"Oh, man, I'm a genius. People just don't see it. I mean, of course, he was kidding somewhat, but no, he's
Hopefully.
he's
Yeah,
good
I don't
though.
know.
He comes up with great riffs. Good at composing.
I bet Kanye is a fun person to hang out with. He just doesn't have time for it.
Yeah, and he wants you to know he doesn't have time for it.
That's, well, branding. Always be selling, you know?
Hmm.
Do you think Kanye is still going to be like, well, how old is Kanye?
I don't know. I would guess like mid-40s.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. He's going to be like, well, what? Jay-Z's in his 50s.
Yeah.
A lot of these rappers, if you make it out of like the first like 10 years of your career, if you make it out alive of that,
Then, yeah.
well, for the most part. Drake's in a lot of trouble right now.
What's this guy doing?
He's providing his own music festival. He's practicing his fire dancing. And he's walking on a,
Think he's asking for tips? Or?
I don't know. Might get flagged for copyright
That is-
infringement. I have
yeah.
seen this guy before, though. I just hope I don't know him.
Yeah, that's something the kids like.
Yeah.
And the kids would have liked. I don't know, when did dubstep peak?
Did you ever do drugs?
My boss probably won't watch this. It doesn't matter.
Well, we can edit. I mean,
no. It's again joke, but no. He was like, I don't care what you do, just don't do it on the premises.
Right. My rule is like, if I can tell you took too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was my thing for a good year and a half, but now it's too much. My threshold for enjoying it is too slim. You know.
Yeah.
It's like a half a hit of a difference.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've been telling myself I ought to try again.
You're a Turner Corner guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just the
And what do you do when you turn that corner? You just shut down, or?
yeah, or just get more into my head than I already am, which usually isn't good.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Um,
Jeez. Sorry.
No. Forgot where the I'm at a weird state of caffeination where it's like I peaked earlier. Well, not peaked, but I was approaching peak earlier, and then it went down, and then I tried to re-up, which is not the same as alcohol. Oh yeah, alcohol. Jeez. Hello.
This guy can talk.
Yeah, alcohol drug definitely is. Again, it's I've gotten to a point in life where I don't feel like I need it. Like it's like, it's like, you go to a bar or a show. It's like, oh, you're gonna be drinking. It's like, no, I like maybe one or two, and I can actually cut myself off. That was not the case a few years ago. So
Yeah, well, I don't know. I've had, well, talk about it on stage. I mean, like 2 DUIs now.
Oh shit.
Yeah, third one's like really bad unless you're a billionaire.
Yeah,
but like,
aren't you fucked after that?
pretty well.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, and try to make
So
Brooke
I gotta chill for like a decade.
Yeah.
But there was a point in time where it was like with the breathalyzer in the car, it's like, okay, if I hang out here for an hour and a half, I can have a beer.
Right.
You know.
Well, and that's the other thing too. It's like I've gotten lucky so many times.
Yeah.
Like I think I was born with luck to some degree, and I mean at some point it likes to pull the rug out.
It'll
from
run
you.
out, yeah. Oh yeah. Then you go to jail. Then you
Yep.
write 5
Mhm.
minutes about it. And then you're like, all right. Sucks.
Yes. That
Yeah,
rock is on the
but
table. It's a hell of a paperweight.
I guess we gotta look at that.
I like how I'm pointing out shit that they can't see.
Yeah, that's good. Actually, dude, so I did it the last episode. The one previous to this is like I saw a bird on a tree, and I was like, dude, I should have a camera for that.
I love
Put a
birds.
marker on it and be like, ooh, something pretty.
Mm.
You know? But then, like, we'd basically just be doxing. Well, it'd be advertisement for the people who let me do it at their establishment. Shout out to Waystone.
Right.
I don't
Mhm.
think I've ever said anything of, well, it's not true.
No, this place rules. Yeah.
Yeah, no, love this place.
Mm-hmm. Love
It
Brian.
is- Yep, Brian rules. Brian's
Doing
like
the
the only
thing.
person that like I've met who consistently like he'll start a new business, keep the same staff.
Yeah.
Like he's probably like
Yeah.
one of the best managers that I don't know anybody else who's done that. I mean, geez, like management in my experience at work, like being a manager is like it's like looking at a painting that just gets shittier the longer you look at it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's tough.
Yeah. I mean, it's just in the name. You're managing people, which ain't fun.
Yep.
But
And then I have to figure out what their biggest problem is, which is usually
Yeah.
some operational thing. And then if that's a big enough deal, then I have to ask the guy above me. And I try not to ask him anything.
right.
Yep.
Jesus.
Yep. Right.
You
You ever meet those guys? I don't know.
Jesus?
Well,
I mean, I got close a couple times.
no, there's guys that screw their life up so bad that they find Christ.
Oh, I mean, I've definitely had run-ins, but
Run-ins.
like just you catch someone in conversation that has a story to tell and shit.
I knew this one guy. Shout out to Bubbles. He
That's that kind of name.
He was
That's-
trying to set a speed record on his motorcycle, and I think the story goes, it's not mine to tell. I'll probably have him on the show, actually.
Is he around here?
He got pinned between, like, the tires and, like, the fender of a moving 18-wheeler,
Oh my god.
and now he's got, like, one less leg and a super positive attitude and a profane appreciation for Jesus.
Huh.
And I was like, yep, that makes sense. But he's a cool guy.
I love the way you
him.
worded that.
What do you mean?
Profane appreciation for Jesus.
Well, it's out there, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I would too, you know?
Yeah,
I just hope I don't have to find him, you know, in that situation. That seems like a tough place, you know? I feel like you find Jesus a lot in prison, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's weird that it's weird that we're the ones that have to go and find him.
Well, that's, yeah.
Like-
yeah, omnipresent. Yeah, that's a good point.
That was about no. I'm not gonna entertain that thought actually.
Ah. I feel like that about activism.
Yeah.
I really don't want to be an activist, but it seems like there's so many opportunities now.
Well, and the thing
like-
about it too is like so much of it these days is, you know, it only takes place on social media, and it's lip service. It's like
It really
it's
is.
Like saying, you know, like
It's
I'm
just
in the
signaling.
club, so I'm not a bad person. Please don't think I'm a bad person.
Well, and the way that you can
It's,
tell that somebody's doing that, which is totally disingenuous, is
Mm.
just, especially now with social media, is you just scroll back like a couple of years and see what they were saying. You know?
Yep.
It seems like now the way that the truth works is that everybody thinks that they know what's going on now, and then like maybe in a couple of years we'll figure out what the fuck's happening.
Maybe.
I mean, shit. Look,
I'm
at
not
the-
holding
in,
my
the, in
breath.
the wake of this assassination thing. I mean, like, you know, there's so many details. There's so many fake theories. All this stuff
Yeah.
is just, yeah. And that's something that we're gonna have to deal with from now on. Is that anytime anything significant happens in the news, you're gonna have to deal with 3 different things. You know, whatever the government wants, whatever the people fucking make up as a conspiracy, and then whatever is the truth.
Yep.
And that is just so much goddamn work. I don't want to do it, but.
No.
But I think about like what happened to
Ain't
George
worth it.
Carlin, you know?
Wait, but like his 9/11 thing? Or?
Well, no, like how he. Yeah, well, yeah, no.
Like,
hitting
yeah,
it on
I
the
mean,
head,
he canned
yeah.
a whole special because of the timing.
Because he nailed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, right. Like, It isn't a happy life.
No, it's not.
But he was pretty much spot on. Like, and if you look at his stuff now, it holds up.
Yeah.
But
What's wild too, it's like towards the end of his life, you can't even necessarily call most of what he was doing stand-up. He was
he's
almost,
just throwing haymakers.
Yeah.
It was political commentary
was-
with the right rhythm.
dare I say, preaching, philosophizing,
Well,
like socially.
yeah. This is the news.
Mm.
Yep. I forgot to mention, this is a self-help podcast that only helps me. Anyway.
Yeah. You making anything on it?
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm not making anything. I'm getting flagged for copyright and wondering
shit.
like how monetization works.
One of these days.
I was thinking about this entertainment thing I've been doing, and it's like I've been doing it all wrong. Like up until this day, I've just basically gotten booked off of word of mouth. Basically, the one piece of content that got me a booking was like a live stream of an open mic that was here that only had 5 people attending.
Like
And-
here.
Like here, yeah. And, you know, if you look at the metrics for the stream, like 30 people watched it. One of them booked me. And then once the foot's in the door, you can... That's the thing that's happening with a lot of people, and that's the problem with fame, I think, is that, you know, it seems to always hit at like random times.
Yeah.
But whether
Like, I mean,
or
look
not
at
people are...
Hakua.
Right. Like, now she's going on tour as a comedian.
That's wild.
Well...
I still haven't seen that clip.
I
I
don't
live
know
under
if
a
she's
lot of
actually
rocks.
doing that, but if she actually tries to do that, what she's going to learn is the same thing that I've seen at YouTube with her. Like, if you're trying to do stand-up, yes, it looks like somebody standing up there with a microphone, and yes, it helps to have fans,
But is it?
Well, you still need to... No, it's not. It's totally different than that.
Yeah, I mean, like, I would not consider what I do stand-up necessarily. Like, I'm just the weirdo that I am given a microphone.
Right.
It's like I've always phrased it like I do stand-up because it's the best. It's like I don't like comedian. It's like
But-
what I'm doing is comedy, but it's like, am I a comedian? I don't know.
Well, what
Like-
you're getting is chops, and what you're doing is you're getting rid of stage fright.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
there's
well,
a-
that's vanished at this point, thankfully.
Well, there's
so.
a bunch of mistakes that I see, like, people in the first X amount of years make. I mean, I don't know. I've been coming to open mics for, like, 8 years. I didn't start doing comedy until I got frustrated trying to start a band. And now I'm trying to be in 2. But, but the thing about comedy is, you know, these guys, they pop on YouTube or whatever, and then they'll go sell out a club on like a Monday because of recognition, and then because it's a comedy club, there's an expectation that the person's going to be funny.
You
And
would
if
hope.
they're not funny, then
Like, why are you
it's
here?
fraud at the comedy club. And these guys, like, you know, you can make $5,000 on a Monday, great job, but like, what are the chances you're going to come back that, you know, anytime in the future?
Oh yeah.
If you shit the bed hard enough, you know, if the opener's good and if the opener sucks and the feature is good, and then the headliner sucks, and he's big on YouTube, they're big on YouTube, you know, then like what's, you know, like you're still not going to get invited back to the club the next year. And long
Yeah.
term, I mean, you're really just
What if you're still drawing a crowd though?
Working
like even
against-
if you're not funny.
well, I mean, then you have to not treat everybody who works there like an asshole.
Ooh.
And that's something that a lot of these guys are incapable of doing.
Yeah.
Some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Southern Mama.
I'm
gonna edit that part out.
Who's that?
Oh, well, exactly. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came to the
Oh,
club like
say
a
no more.
couple years ago, right? Yeah. Yep. Right, and that's the thing that, you know, that's the most significant thing with the showbiz stuff is that, like, if you get famous before you're prepared to deliver the goods to people, then all you're doing by chasing that down is kind of doing a disservice to your own life.
Yeah. Fuck.
You know, like, because you're gonna find yourself in a position where you don't have the tools to succeed, and that's, you know, at least in a comedic setting, you know, people talk about like all the time about how you have to do this shit for like 10 years before you're okay, like, any good, like proficient, maybe,
Right.
you know, call it finding your voice, you know, but
Yeah. Yeah, and I think I don't know if I got lucky in that respect because I feel like I'm
You're undeniably Lyle. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
thank you.
That's, yeah. I've I almost called you the Robin Williams of comedy.
I remember you once calling me like an anti-Steve Martin.
Yep.
I like that.
Yeah. Well, big bass guitar, all black.
Which is here
Yep.
in the building. Speaking
You
of
bought
bass,
the thing, dude? Sick.
yeah.
That's what that is. Sick.
I got it tuned to C.
Kyle touches. Do you want to stand in on any songs? Do you play bass? Play bass?
I think so.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
I can
I
throw
can-
out
I can
4
try.
chords and you can tag along.
I will attempt,
All right, sick.
and I will. And if I flub it, then I will just do a little dance.
I wrote a song about open mic.
Thought that was Layla for a second.
Everyone at open mic is artistic.
Yep.
I'm trying to tell a story about my dick and people in the back keeping erupting. You peeing?
No, wait, keep it rolling.
All right, we're rolling. You're bringing that rock?
I want this.
I don't think that's yours.
It's not leaving with me. It's just
Okay.
all right.
All right.
You were saying?
I was singing a song to you, and you rock.
Yeah.
They're rock. What's your favorite thing about doing comedy?
Favorite?
Least favorite?
Least favorite? The waiting.
Yeah.
Just thinking, oh, I new idea for a bit, and it's like, ah, goddamn. It's like, I mean, because with my schedule right
You
now.
don't abuse your loved ones by trying them out?
Well, the only one around is my cat, so.
Yeah, that wouldn't really give you too much
And,
feedback.
and the snake that got in my house and whatever bugs.
Go buy a piece of gum from the grocery store and talk to the
The little
person at the counter.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That is an idea.
I mean, I find I'm sick. I can't stop. I don't know. Yeah.
I don't either.
How long
so-
you been playing bass?
Bass since so like 2 years since I started playing guitar. So has it been 14 years?
Half of your fucking life, dude?
About, yeah.
Jesus Christ. How do you... 8th grade.
Wait, no, hold on. Okay, so 18, I'm 32. Started playing when I was 18, I guess. Is that the math?
I don't know.
I think that's 14.
I'm trying to think of something.
I still have to.
How old are you now?
32.
Oh, yeah. No, that's a long time. That's 16 years. 14? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and so I guess that makes guitar 16 years.
So here's something I want to talk about. Like, have you ever tried doing stand-up comedy for a room full of musicians?
I would like to.
It's really... Well, I mean, just go to a music open mic and then sign up as a comedian.
Oh, yeah, okay. So like the fucking
Am I the first person to give you this idea?
yeah.
Oh my God.
I had never thought of that.
All right.
So like the my open mic like 612 jam sessions. Just show up. And
Yeah.
Be like, hey,
Well,
guys.
okay. I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do the jam sessions explicitly because.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's a different beast. I guess.
but there's I go to like 612 down there. They got a sign up thing. Are you hanging out?
Oh.
Hanging out?
Yeah, I got
Surprise
a few minutes to
guest.
kill.
Are you in character? You want to pull up a
No.
chair?
Are y'all podding?
Yep. We're casting.
Ladies and gentlemen, he had to go to the doctor's office today, but welcome to the podcast, Kenny Crabgrass.
Yeah, what
What'd
for?
you do at the doctor's
Oh,
office?
you or
No, I was talking about you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you look good, Kenny. How you doing? You
Pretty good.
You sound kind of...
I'm sick,
Yes. Okay.
and I don't know what it is,
Hell yeah.
but it's terrible.
How terrible.
I'm coughing. No, thank you. Well, I'm good.
Yeah, that was in
Thank
my
you.
pocket for who knows how long. So.
I'm coughing. I can't smell anything. I
Oh,
can't
Christ.
taste anything.
I'm glad we're
But I
outside.
did a COVID test from 3 years ago, and it's negative. So
Hey,
yeah.
you know, during the whole pandemic, I had a beat-up Buick LeSabre with like a crack in the gas tank.
I do remember that.
Yeah, and every time I filled the car up with gas, which is regularly, it would fill the. You'd basically be huffing. You could smell gas inside the car.
Oh no.
And for a couple years, that was pretty comforting. Waking up every morning, smelling gas,
Why could you smell gas inside the car?
because there was a crack in the gas tank. I drove the shit out of it. A tire delaminated. That's a different part of the story. Kids at home. Whatever side of the car the gas goes into, there's a plastic thing on there that you can hit hard enough to fuck up stuff downstream. So,
Down towards the bottom of it.
yeah.
Who does he? Do you
That's what
think who in God's name watches this? Do you think?
Bryce Urbano. That's one.
Shout out Bryce and
no.
Bono. The dude from U2 watches this.
No, not. Well, yeah. Well, he might. It comes preloaded on his phone, actually.
The
Yeah.
Edge.
Yeah.
That guy calls himself the Edge.
Yeah.
Hey, why did y'all shoot my sweet president?
I didn't do it.
What
all
were
right,
you-
I'm competent. All right.
Who's this we?
The
I was at home.
it doesn't bother me one bit, but Kenneth is upset.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
okay. Yeah,
I could
yeah.
imagine Kenny would be
Yeah,
upset.
he's not. Is there a better? Is that the best? Is that the most? Is that the best presidential photo in history? The one where he's
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's actually kind of it's actually badass.
the
yeah.
lady's like the lady.
I don't like the
president,
guy, but
like
it's-
like almost like genuflecting, like bowing, like he's like the Christ picture. In
I didn't
the,
see that one.
It's
Well,
the
he's
one
got
where he's
the
holding up his
flag in the
arm, and there's
background.
the
Yeah.
flag in the background, and there's like Secret
And there's
Service
that like
helping him.
really short Secret Service lady trying
Uh-huh.
to shield him from bullets, even though
Oh,
she's
yeah.
5'3".
She was cute.
Well, yeah.
The moment that you come out with "I'm gonna stop a war," that's when you're in trouble, dude.
Nah, dude, that's consistent. And actually,
That's what happened to JFK. He was like, "Hey, we need to scale back in Vietnam," and it was a month later.
Well, right. I feel
Done.
like you can't pull off Vietnam and reinstate the draft when everybody's got cell phones. They're gonna.
Yeah, but they got rid of him to get a dude to keep it going.
No, right. But
That's what I'm saying. You can't go out there.
everybody
and say,
knows that now.
But you
That's the
can't say I'm
difference.
going to end this war in Ukraine, because then, like, who does that benefit?
Anyway.
It's the Ukrainians, I would imagine.
Yeah.
A little bit.
All the people making missiles, dude. All the military-industrial complex.
Oh, no, I
now
knew
you're
that,
going
right.
against them.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
No, and like
Yeah, I went
that's
to
like
sleep at night
blatantly
with
obvious
$10
for more people
How
now.
much a missile
than-
cost? $10?
Huh?
How much a missile cost?
Well, it depends how many you get.
Like $10?
I guess you'd have to get a lot of them. They're getting better at making them. I guess.
Bulk buy. That's the.
Shout out to.
I got a whole battery of Saturn missiles a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Shot them off, dude. You should have heard them. They squealed into the air. Saturn missiles, a whole battery.
Were those the ones that go like on the side of helicopters? Or
It was similar.
those
These
are-
are
like you can just buy these?
yeah. You can just,
Yeah, at any one of the tents that pop
Oh,
up.
fucking
from time
okay.
to time.
Yeah, I was. See, I don't know things, so I was picturing like an actual. Like,
Yeah.
ooh.
Are you gonna do one of your open mics tonight where if you do if you do comedy, even if it's good, there's a limit. Lyle, if you want to go up there and do comedy and it's good and you're crushing, there's a limit because there's somebody out there that wants
That
to
has a
tell an
Saturn
8-minute poem. He lets if you're doing have you seen poetry?
Oh, yeah.
If you're doing poetry, he'll just let you go on forever. Freaking sucks. It's so bad. There's never been a good poem in an open mic.
I appreciate every opinion
I like
equally.
Deanna's.
There's never. Don't. Did you put a marker on it?
No,
Don't delete that.
he knows the rules. I'm not deleting it.
What are you amplifying it?
Well, no, I'm gonna edit out poems so it sounds hilarious.
Listen. Okay. There's in all of human history. There's like 4 good poets. There's Homer. There's I don't even know.
Homer is more of a storyteller.
Who's the lady who put her head in the oven?
What?
Lady who
A lot
put
of
her-
people do that.
No, but this lady was a famous poet. She's trying to kill herself. Put her head in the oven. Had babies in the house. Sylvia Plath. That was a good one. I hear
Okay.
about that one.
Yeah,
that is.
yeah.
Then there's Action Bronson. Then there's
Kendrick Lamar. Yes.
Kendrick Lamar.
Nailed them all.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Mount Rushmore.
There I was
Sylvia Plath
picturing
right next to
Do you-
Kendrick.
How possibly do you understand any of the Kendrick Lamar Drake beef?
All of it. Yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I listen to it and it's like Da Vinci Code. Like I don't.
Oh no, you got to listen to the analysts on social media, because they'll there's a footnote for every single one of those lines, and it's basically a contest to see who can get more footnotes, because the more depth in the song that the fans have to hear about it, and the more times they listen to it, they catch something new
When
every
I was
time.
growing up, here's the diss track. I'm gonna kill you, and then that's what they do.
That is all the Waylon songs, yeah.
When I left Tulsa.
You know that David Allan Coe song's a diss track, The Long-Haired Redneck? At the end, he plays three of the guys. He was feuding with a guy. The guy said he wasn't country.
Yeah.
So he plays like 3 songs in a row that have the exact same chords, and they're all that guy's songs. And he's like pointing out that the guy got famous on the same song 3 times.
Yep.
That was a big
how it
diss
goes.
track.
Chuck Berry wrote like 3 songs, and he's on the fucking Voyager spacecraft.
Oh yeah.
He's up there with
Star
Bach.
Trek?
The,
Yeah,
the
we shot him into
Voyager
space.
probe from
the-
the
for the-
70s.
for the islands.
Carl Sagan, Golden Record.
Oh, the one where he's going to tell everybody our location, saying freaking.
yeah.
That's not
so they
a
can-
good idea.
Yeah.
Because they're out there. Okay,
All
actually,
right, hold on. We already shoot out radio waves. They travel at the speed of light. Anything that's gonna find anything that's gonna find Chuck Berry in space and then come kill us
and just Chuck Berry.
would have had a radio first.
And
Thoughts?
The radio waves don't go forever.
because they're also in the
How do you
bathroom
know that?
looking at ladies.
Then what do they decay into?
With the radio waves?
Yeah.
Ether?
Electric. Yeah.
That's
Dark matter.
I like that answer. Okay, so all right, you want to talk about music? Like just like the local music scene, just music.
This guy's got songs.
What's I have the only local musician I know who I think is the only one I know who I think she happens to be good. If she's bad, I tell you.
Yep.
But and y'all might know her, Ashton Barbary.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck.
yeah.
I regret not seeing her at Mount Sequoia a few months ago.
She's good.
But she,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
What I've heard is like, yeah.
Yeah, I basically look at her dates and then go shopping for people who might hire me. Doesn't work.
What do you mean?
Also, Conrad's a musician.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when Conrad's a musician, here's one thing he does. I don't know if you've noticed this.
Oh, when he's
So when he's doing music, like some people sing, but Conrad. Have you ever heard him do that?
yeah, I do that.
That's his
okay.
vibe. He goes.
Yeah.
okay. That brings up something I've been
The
thinking about a
vocal
lot.
fry?
No, how do you guys get to where you can sing and play at the same time? Like, are there any tricks? Because that's what I'm struggling with.
I taught myself.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
Well, he doesn't really sing, so there's he just kind of
vocalize,
Yeah.
just
Ah.
whatever it is you're doing.
What I would
How
do?
you get- 'cause I can
are
sing
you-
and-
Are you starting off on like playing bass?
Yeah,
Yeah, that sucks, dude. That's hard.
Mm.
I am just now trying to figure out how to sing and play bass. 'cause-
it's weird because like the stuff I come up with has a lot of like staccato, like
So,
stop and start.
for
It's-
you, you've got
So I
to
might
think-
just hit the root notes. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I'd hit the root note, start with that. But the thing that you need to think about is like whatever syllable that you're saying, you need to think about where it lands in with the time
Yeah.
of the song that you're playing. Because if you don't have that, then it's going to be hard to like convincingly play bass while you do it. You know.
And a lot of people who play bass, when they sing, they kind of do the B.B. King thing, where they stop playing bass. Like I'll give you like the angelic
Ooh.
Les Claypool. I don't know if you've ever heard a song
You
called.
want to race car driver?
Well, no, he's got a big brown beard. It's like, but he's not doing it while he's.
Yeah, he's taking turns.
Yeah,
But-
okay, that's yeah.
But if ever when I learned, it was just fucking learn how to fist a chord and then strum and then you just
Did you
you're
learn to
singing
play?
on the one.
Did you learn to play guitar because you thought it would help you get ladies?
No, I learned it because I was broke and couldn't afford gas to get into town. I think that was a big part of it.
So I'm following.
Yeah. That was.
So how'd you get a
had lot.
guitar?
Ah, well, I had one. Fortunately, I don't pawn any instruments. Ever. Not one. That's why I have too many instruments.
Kenneth's got the crappiest literally the crappiest acoustic guitars
Rained on.
that they'd have ever been. It's been in the rain. It was $180 brand new with a case. The case was worth like
Sounds the
probably
same.
140, and he's got 2 of them
It's a nice case.
in case one goes down because he can't change the string real fast.
Yeah. See, I got a bit for my power drill that connects to a guitar knob. What do you think about that, Kenny?
I think that's cool. I've got one of the little.
Oh, yeah.
I've got one little.
Little plastic
Like for
jobbers.
restringing?
Yeah.
You gotta think. What kind of power
I need
drill
to
do you
change my
use?
Jews.
A Ryobi.
Really?
That wasn't
Don't
the word.
start
that
with
I
that.
was-
I don't know what y'all do to
Don't
celebrate. I don't know what y'all do to
started
celebrate
a
Pride
sentence
Month,
and it
but I
didn't
got,
go out.
I got a
transitioning,
Ryobi.
You know,
Yeah.
they like that we're all talking at once.
Wasn't as bad as when I had like 5 guys on here.
Oh, why would you do that to yourself?
I don't know. I invited one person and they brought 4 other people. And then I had to blur out some guy's face because he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry about everything I said." I was like, fuck. One time I did it in public with Ron Javier. There was like little kids running by. I'd blur their faces. And then grown-ass adults would walk in front of the camera and I'd blur out their guts. Assholes.
I like Ron Javier.
He's great. The nursery rhymes. Can't lose.
I haven't got to speak to him much. Because I always have to dip before.
You gotta watch the episode, dude. He's got
Oh, okay.
stories. Back when he went to the county fair, you could pay $5 to fight a gorilla. Yes.
What?
He's never talked about that on stage. I don't
Why?
know why. Episode, insert number here, 41. I don't know.
You pay money and fight a gorilla?
Yeah.
Someone needs to pay you if I go.
This is when the circus was the circus. The fattest person in the world only weighed 360 pounds. The
Oh,
bearded
shit.
lady was considered an attraction. What do we got on time here?
I don't know.
Kenny, what do you got?
You think I've ever brought a crocodile to a mic? They
Tell
let
me
me
what time
stay.
it is.
Like
I guess
a live
people
part.
aren't here. Oh, okay. All right. We're bumping into it. Cool.
Oh, for time.
I did a
Well, I
roast
still gotta
battle the other
set
night.
up.
I think when you do a roast battle, so I've never done one,
Yes.
but Kenneth did one on Friday. And when you do a roast battle, the guys who do roast battle, I figured it out. There's only like 10 different kinds of humans.
Right.
If you're white, is this joke. If you're black, is this joke. If you're bald, is this joke. If you got long hair, is this joke. If you're
It's a
skinny,
lot
is this
of
joke.
you look like.
Yeah,
mine.
it's just like it's people fall into certain patterns.
There's
and
templates, yeah.
it's got like this. It's got like the same thing as like when you watch improv and you're like, this sucks so bad.
Well,
it's got the same thing.
Here's what I'd recommend to you for your next roast battle. Try to write intentionally so that the person who you're doing the roast on can use the jokes in their set.
Yeah, I'm really concerned about their future.
Well, no, I mean, I'm saying like that's how you do it if you're trying to like make friends. Oh, hey, by the way, here's my pad. You know, feel free to use these. That's how I got Make-A-Wish Matt Damon. That's how I got Carpets Matching Drapes Tile. That's how I got all kinds of punchlines.
I
mean,
burned Kyle Gilbert.
I know. I heard about it.
It was a sick
He told me.
burn.
Yeah. Tell him
was
what
a
you
sick
did.
one.
Tell him what you did at home.
And get water.
For the
Tell
viewers
Bryce,
watching at
tell
home,
Bryce what you did.
I asked comic great Kyle Gilbert to wear a certain shirt, which I knew he had. And then he wore it. And then at the roast, I said, yo, you dudes want to hear a roast joke? I told Kyle Gilbert over there to wear that shirt 2 days ago. He showed up in it. His shirt's stupid, dumbass. You look stupid. And then when the joke was over, everybody was still watching the shirt.
That's good.
So he just got shirt surveillance all night. You ever have somebody like the crowd of people like looking at an item of your clothing? It's not a comfortable.
It's actually funny that we're talking about Kyle Gilbert. Like, so one Halloween,
He's my favorite person, dude.
he's nice. He's a sweetie pie.
He's so good.
One Halloween, all the comedians dressed up as different comedians and then did their sets. And then I went up as Kyle Gilbert wearing a plain gray shirt and regular ass jeans and fucking shoes with a wig on and a hat. And I crushed harder doing Kyle Gilbert's, like, my vandalized version of his
You think
jokes.
his jokes are better than maybe what it is?
Yeah, well, they were that night. I remember, like, there was a couple people in from Kansas City that were just looking around confused because they couldn't understand what was happening. And all the other, like, the local
If you
guys.
walk into that, it's got to be
It was confusing for them because they're like, who is that? This guy's actually this guy. This guy's actually this guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, why don't y'all put a comment on this video if y'all think that Conrad should put a time limit on poetry like he does on comedy at these open mics.
I'd say if you want to show up to the show to do anything, I'd encourage you to do so. Me?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Yeah, do it. Do something.
Are you recording right now?
Yeah.
He gave me 2.
Am I gonna boop it?
Yeah.
How dumb
You
you?
might have to.
Okay. All right, that's cryptic. I like that. Boy, all kinds of excitement in the middle of July. This might be the show, guys. This might be the best show ever.
But y'all, hey, leave a comment if you've heard a poem in the past 5 years that you like, read aloud at an open mic.
How are you opposed to Outlaw?
Not super. All right, hell yeah.
What do you think?
He asked what kind of beer I like.
Huh?
Well, no, he asked me like, do you not hate that stuff? I like doing the podcast in the same area because you can just see like consistent decay over a certain period. Like when we
Week to
started,
week?
Well, not week to week, but like when we started. Okay, so like tornado rolls through
Day
town,
to
signs
day.
off.
Ow,
But,
ow.
How do you feel about looking in the mirror?
Me? I feel safe. I had a dream.
Oh shit.
How
Sorry?
long does somebody get to do a song at your...
I'd say if your songs go longer than 7 minutes,
Ah,
then
shit.
you get 2. That's only come up a couple of
Can I
times.
do one that's 11?
Because there was one guy that came through, dude. He had 8-minute long songs. He did fucking 3
was
of them,
this-
like everybody said.
Was this horse with no name guy?
What's up, buddy? How are you doing, man? Good to see you. I got to drive across town here in a minute. But I
hell
figured
yeah.
I'd come by and see if y'all was podding.
There's a crowd
Can you
now.
boop this for a minute?
Yeah, we'll Sorry. You boys can talk shit if you want.
We ain't got to talk much. Yeah, it just struck me.
You're not missing anything. How you
Well.
been doing?
Decent. Exhausted. I work nights now up the. And I want to quit or go part time because it's making me insane and not the fun kind of insane.
Dude, I worked
It-
nights for like 3 weeks one time, and I was like, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, well, I thought I was kind of semi-nocturnal, but that's like if you're staying up late, but you still got some darkness left to get to sleep, and then
I
waking
felt
up
like
a
I
little
never
late.
got. I felt like I never got like rested.
Right, exactly. No, day sleep is not
Yeah,
night
it's
sleep.
not the same.
It doesn't work.
Did you aluminum foil the windows? That's what I did.
Oh no!
Just saying.
So like,
I thought about doing that here.
Dude, those
For-
green.
for the
How
heat?
good are those green beans?
Fucking delicious.
Hey, y'all, leave a comment if you like those. Leave a comment for if you like the green beans. Leave a comment. If you're a sovereign citizen, leave a comment. If you've seen a poem that had any emotional impact on you, ever performed at an open mic, leave a comment.
My fly's been
Well, I
down the
mean-
whole time. Leave a comment. I don't know if any of this
hey,
is going to be.
Hey, don't worry, dick check, you're good.
No, I just got it just now.
you want to show your
Like,
boobs?
just
leave
now.
a comment.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
what's his name? Did a whole set with the flying zip the other day.
Who?
Kyle Kordsmeyer and Crushed.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
And everybody was laughing, and because it was really, he's a really funny guy, but also his fly was unzipped. Everybody was like, did you notice his fly was unzipped? I was like, I don't know.
Why would I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on,
It was
dude.
lost in his eyes, not his pants. He's trying to get in his soul, not a hole.
I think if I was attracted to a dude, I think it'd be Kyle Gilbert.
Yeah.
He's
Good
kinda
look- he's a
fit,
good
he's
looking
kinda
guy.
He
cute.
looks like Brett Favre, yeah.
He's not like out of my
No, he
league.
looks
I
like
feel
Aaron
like.
Rodgers.
He's an approachable kind of attractive.
Yeah, I feel like I could land him as opposed to. I mean, if I.
So, I'm gonna steal you again.
But plus, I mean, comics are easy anyway. It's like, please, I made you laugh, please. Like, then that's if you made him laugh. I don't know. I might be projecting.
You know what? Post it. Alright, here we go.
Your computer's not frozen. What's happening?
It's your show now.
Oh, all right.
What are
It's
they
a
doing
that's a
there?
dangerous blank check to write. What?
What are they doing?
I don't know. I guess. Well, I'd say you can't drink on camera, but that doesn't make sense because. Oh, it's
No, I
empty.
think you can. They're having some kind of serious conversation over there.
Mm-hmm.
That one dude's like, and then I convinced him to climb up on the roof, 148 yards away, and shoot
Right.
him in the ear. And they're like,
Oh, you're talking
they're
about
like, oh
yeah.
my god.
Oh, so you're saying he lost a bet, or wait?
That's like at the threshold of hearing.
Yeah, none of my business.
Do you do a lot of open mics? Are you doing some open mics?
I've been getting back into it. I've actually not been doing great, just mentally and shit. So I had a bit of a hiatus. But yeah, in the last like couple weeks, I've been trying to jump back into it.
Where all do people go now to do open mic?
Trailside feels like home to me. Here's great. There's in Rogers. It's like a brewery or something. It's actually that weird part of Rogers that's practically Bentonville. What is that called? Is it Las 40?
New Province?
Yes, thank
Yeah,
you.
I've heard of that one. I've
Yeah,
never been there.
and then right after that,
Does Joe Means host that one?
no, he has one right afterwards at Crown Hookah.
Right after?
Yeah. So you can hit 2 in a row, which is kind of neat.
How many people go to them?
So the one time I was able to go, I mean, it was mostly comics in the crowd, but because that it starts at like at 9. I imagine it'd be different on weekends. There were like 4 or 5 people hanging out.
It's hard to get an open mic with a big. Nomads used to have a ton of people.
Yeah, and
at open
it's
mic. I've been
still the
here
biggest
before
one.
at Waystone when they had a bunch of people.
Yeah, well, last week I showed up late. I had car trouble, but I fixed it myself. I'm kind of proud of myself because I'm not a mechanic. It was alternator. Yeah, well, that to say, I showed up after everything.
I was
and
on the
put a-
show here where Kyle Real ate the pizza on stage and
that's-
told all the customers how dumb they were.
That's that sounds right up his alley.
Yeah, I thought I was eating it that night. I think I did okay in the end, but there was a moment there where I was like, "This is not going good."
Well, it's actually something I kind of wanted to touch on because it's funny how it's like you can feel that way, but that doesn't necessarily mean you did bad. And like a lot of the times too, like just because people aren't like laughing, it doesn't mean they're not entertained. You know what I mean? Which,
Oh no! When
yeah.
people aren't laughing, it definitely means they're not entertained. No, that's not what you want.
I
at
don't,
all.
I don't
I
know.
think if they're silent, then
Like
at
if
least
they're looking at you and they're not like on their phones or talking to
Well,
somebody
yeah,
else.
that's true.
then-
Now that is a good point. It's better to have silent looking than silent scrolling.
which can be awkward when you're up there, but
Here's my rule of thumb. If I think I did a little bit bad, you always do 10 times worse than you think. Like when you watch somebody and you're watching them just freaking eat it. It should be soul crushing. It should like ruin their life. They should quit. Like at that moment they should be like, I'm never doing this again. It is the most embarrassing, cringy. You're standing there like, oh God, I wish that person would just quit and never, like how could they show their face again? And then get off stage and they're like, yeah. And they do that right there.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, if your delusion insulates you from reality, that's definitely not a great place to be.
but you're talking about like the people watching who are thinking that, and then they're like,
No,
Also-
everybody in the crowd's thinking that about the comic, but then the comic in their mind, they think that they somehow did okay. And this is why it's important to have people who like,
some objectivity.
Well, okay,
yeah.
so
Because
like,
I freaking ate it at the American Legion. But Steven was there, and Caleb Hickerson put it on, and it was a great show. Shout out Caleb Hickerson. Put a comment in there if you know Caleb. He's a good guy. He put on the first ever show at the American Legion.
Yep.
And I freaking did terrible.
Yep.
But Steven and Caleb were like, wow, that was a tough road to hoe. You know what I mean? It's like that's the appropriate.
Yeah. No, I mean it is work in moments like that. The thing that
I did terrible. I did Big Girlfriend, and I said, how you think I landed that gal? Was because she's big. And then all these people started fighting and like yelling. And they didn't understand that there was jokes. And like they were like, why would you say that? And I was like, oh no, she's because I just doubled down.
Right.
I was like, no, she's big. And then one guy in front was like, well, so. And then she got mad. She's like, why is the guy saying, well, so? Like, why is he acknowledging, like, why is he acquiescing of the, you know? And I was like, God.
Yeah, what was the crowd like? Was it like older people or?
It was.
Because when I think American Legion,
This was. We're all God's children.
So you're talking about people who are insulated from having depression after having a bad set. And I'll say this, like we were talking about music earlier. I've never met anybody who didn't play guitar for less than 10 years that started bitching about not getting booked. What do you think about that?
Well, so. Okay.
Is it objectively that much easier to realize when you suck? When you play an instrument,
It is.
well, if you're doing what everyone else
Well, there's
is
an
doing,
accepted standard.
Exactly.
Like instruments are an accepted standard.
I was talking about that
Meanwhile,
too.
I saw Wigglesworth do the funniest
Oh
thing
my
I've ever
God,
seen.
I love that man
in the
so
history of the
much.
world.
Yeah.
And then he never did it again. He's like,
yeah,
I'm gonna protect this under a bushel basket.
He's like
Nobody
a
will ever
cryptid.
see it.
Like
Yeah.
he'll come out like every 2 months, if that, and then he's just back in his hole
But-
making the new stuff. It's
So you're talking about
kind
having
of special, like when he shows up.
a standard, right? So like
The standard should be is everybody laughing really hard.
that's comedy, capital C, right? Like that's what's for sale. Like if you don't have that, then it's not comedy.
One of the things that affects the shows is we're not any good.
Right. That's also
Like nobody, like none of us, like, and so we get booked
We're
on
just trying
shows.
real hard.
And some of the shows are good, but it's like some of the shows are good,
Yeah.
but it's like literally like spinning the wheel on Price is Right and hoping to get. But there are people who are like Kyle Kordsmeyer is going to consistently be funnier than
If
me.
you're gonna pay him, yeah, he'll be funny.
But I mean, I can give you a whole list of people who are consistently funnier than me, and I hope to be like them. But at the same time, it's like I think in music there's a lot more pathway. I think there's some people, utterly not funny at all. I think they can reach the pinnacle, but they still never gonna happen.
Yeah.
They can get to
Might
the
need
highest of
subtitles
their, and there's some dude out there playing basketball, and he's like, I want to do the best I can do, and he can get the best, but it's just not good enough, is it, Conrad?
How we
And
doing
then
on time?
That person, they're like, you know what? I should start telling poems, and then they write. They write
You're
some
like,
poems.
It's like we gotta.
Why do you not?
I like this
Why do you
dynamic.
not like?
I like
broaching this?
watching.
No, I
this.
gotta
This
produce.
conversation makes Conrad
I gotta
focus on
produce
we're not
my
as
gig.
good as we think we are.
No, it's true. Yeah.
No, I mean I can't ignore that every single time I go to one of these amateur shows. I personally kind of, hosting's a different job than just going to see bad entertainment. Like it's bad. Like I've started like
Yeah, you're the eye of the hurricane.
not dissociating, but like that's what I've been doing. Like I'm looking forward to having everybody talk about how the fucking president got shot at today.
I want you hosted more like Frisco. You bring me up and you're like, hey, here's a guy. Here's an adult human male. Frisco brings me up. He's like, this is the epitome of the greatest you're ever going to see in your
want me
life.
to-
Everybody, it's like the hyperbole is so great that like I am so nervous when I go up there.
He opened for Joe Rogan.
He's
he's
just,
open for.
I mean, he doesn't tell fibs about it, but he's
I will
like,
lie.
he's,
I will straight up lie.
well, he is lying because he's telling everybody I'm good. But I appreciate that. Shout out, leave a comment if you're Frisco or if you're a Frisco sympathizer.
I called Lyle the Robin Williams of comedy earlier on the show. Before you got here.
But Robin Williams did do comedy.
That's the joke.
God, that's good.
Thank you.
Leave a comment if you like that joke.
That's right. Like and subscribe. Smash all the buttons.
I'll put that in my bio.
Did I ever tell
someday,
you?
maybe.
You ever think about going to Starbucks and getting a cup of coffee and sitting down with a book and writing jokes?
No.
You ever think about
No,
doing
I never
that?
do that. I don't do that. I just get up there and wing it every single time.
Well, you're asking for attention at that point.
And no matter what happens.
Like, you know what I mean?
If you're sitting
Wait,
there,
Like
at
if you're like,
Starbucks?
oh, I'm a writer. Oh, like
I'd
please-
say you're asking for
please
attention
talk
if you
to
bring
me.
a typewriter.
he's making a
Oh my
good
God.
point. There's a performative aspect to sitting in a Starbucks.
I want
doing
an
that.
electric typewriter because computers are too distracting.
I would say anywhere,
That's if I'm actually
Including the
like
corner.
writing something.
just the corner. If you're gonna sit down there being a nerd, get in the fucking corner.
Man, I remember I used to have to do it like on the bus or on the train. I just sit there in my hoodie with just a pad and I was just writing rhymes. Back I grew up in Michigan, and I used to just write rhymes. And
What?
Did you hear that?
I was determined
Yeah,
to be the best rapper that ever lived, dude.
Yeah, I know.
And look at you now.
MC, not a sucker MC. What do you think about sucker MCs? It seems like we've got an epidemic on our hands
Around here? Or?
with sucker MCs. Yes.
Dude, I
couldn't tell you.
am such a Lil Baby fan. Yeah,
Little baby don't give a fuck.
I am such a Lil Baby fan.
Yeah.
Love it.
Is he the one that says, let's go?
What?
Not
He
let's.
does Real Spill and 300. I'm also, my man is still Kodak Black. Did you know Kodak Black got charged with the exact same thing as Hunter Biden? Like when he was in jail and Trump pardoned him?
Dang.
It's when you buy a gun,
Wait,
you
Trump
got to
pardons
put down,
Kodak
are you a
Black?
convicted felon?
Yes.
And so Kodak Black was like, no.
Give me
And
the gun.
Hunter Biden was like, no. I don't even think that should be. I don't think the founding fathers ever even intended that.
No.
Like,
But
so if you're a convicted felon but you've done your time, you should get. It seems to me like you should have one.
I'd say if you do the time, if you're a convicted felon and you get dismissed.
When they're talking about that Hunter Biden thing, I was like, throwing the gun in the trash can seems like a bigger crime than filling out the form wrong.
Anyway, you saw Cuomo come out and say like, "Hey, we can't use the judicial system as a weapon against our enemies. It's like the most American thing that we have. Like, don't
judicial
bastardize
system?
that."
We need to
That's like one of
we
the
need to
three
brainwash
most
him.
American things.
We need to brainwash impressionable young men into climbing up on buildings with rifles. That's what we don't want to use the legal system, dude.
That's a good thing.
I keep flatlining. I need food, I think. You know, I have
Are you
food.
diabetic?
Nah.
No.
I just like mentally, like I keep like, oh, I'm gonna say something and then nothing.
You better jump in. We got two strong bulls in the pen right now.
I'm talking too much, dude.
You do seem tired. How long did you
I,
want to hang
I
out?
am sick. I'm really sick.
Are you gonna perform tonight?
Am I gonna perform?
Yeah.
No, dude. I gotta be across town and pick up my mom in a little bit. I was just stopping by.
So you just counted on. All right, yeah, that makes sense.
I was like, he's probably out there doing a dumb podcast.
Two guys trying to be interesting.
Those 6 people were like, God, if we only had another Conrad podcast. God. When does the next Conrad podcast drop?
It's a lot of work.
You remember when we did Comedy Goldsmobile and we filmed the
fuck is
podcast
that?
in the Oldsmobile?
Oh,
I know how to actually do it now.
Do you?
Yes.
where you got like angles and shit. You got
Yep.
Like, oh no, really?
Yeah. We'll get old Bobby Howe in
Pigeons.
there. Do a joint episode.
How do you feel about
I'll bring a
pigeons?
fucking stress ball so I don't fidget with the rubber on the thing. I saw
your
the
thought
thing
on
running.
pigeons?
It looks glorious.
Like pigeons?
Oh, the car?
How many
Dude.
pigeons?
How many what?
I said how many pigeons? I was how do you feel about pigeons?
I like them.
Yeah.
Magnets in their
They're
head.
cute.
Navigate.
Well, what kills me is that we domesticated them and then we abandoned them as soon as we got phones. You know what I mean?
Talking about Mike Tyson? I'm pretty sure
Kind-
Mike Tyson's still pigeon happy.
No, I mean no, just domestic
You
pigeons.
see how he's fighting
like-
Jake Paul?
Oh, did that happen? Or is that still happening?
No, I don't think it's happened yet.
Okay.
I think it's elder abuse, actually. Jake Paul's got
We'll
nothing
see.
but time and push-ups to do, so, like, what are you talking about?
There's probably been, that is a good point though. We domesticated them,
And then
like,
we called
created.
then we
pigeons.
labeled them vermin, and just cast them out. And they're still domesticated, like they still have that.
They only live in cities, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And
That's interesting. You ever see the tumbler pigeons? You clap your hands and they do a flip.
what?
Yeah, you know how like so
Tumbler
fainting
pigeon.
goats,
Yeah.
like faint. There's a pigeon called a tumbler pigeon.
Okay, I was
and you
picturing-
clap your
all right.
listen. You clap your hand like there didn't guys. Listen, back when I was a kid, there wasn't all this Nintendo.
I like that.
Yeah, there was.
I like that.
There wasn't all this
Nintendo's been a company
PS5.
since the 1880s.
Yeah, Mad Magazine and pigeons that would flip.
But here's the thing. What you would do is you'd have a pigeon and he would walk up and you would clap your hands and he would flip. And if they were flying, you could clap your hands and they would tumble in the air. They call them tumbling pigeons. And then they had other pigeons. This is a true story, dude. You can look it
Yeah,
up.
no,
Put it in the comments if you the sovereign, the more sovereign people had, or not sovereign, I don't get it, cooler, I guess you'd say.
Noble.
They had a pigeon called a parlor pigeon, and all it would do is just puff up.
Oh, yeah.
Like when you gave it the command, it would just puff up and it would
So
like
frat-
put its head
frat
back
pigeon.
and puff out its chest. And it's called a parlor pigeon.
That's a frat pigeon.
And what you would do is you'd be sitting around your parlor, you know, having drinks, a little snuff, whatever, and then there's a pigeon, and then you're like,
Guys, watch this. Check this
you
out.
dudes want to see something? They're like, well, Frank was going to read poetry. You're like, hold on. Before we do that, watch this pigeon puff up bigger than you've ever. And they're like, I saw a pigeon last week. It puffed up something. They're like, you ain't seen nothing yet. This thing just explodes, dude. It's just huge. That's called a parlor pigeon. And then homing pigeons, of course, get the credit. You know.
They won the war.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are bumping right up against it. I gotta go start producing this open mic. Special announcement. It looks like we've just earned a new a new sponsor for the open mic. So from now until as long as it starts being a bad idea, there's free beer at the Waystone open mic until
that is a bad
he
idea.
hits a limit. Yeah.
Are you saying that there's free beer if people come to this open mic and read their awful poems?
Waystone Pizza.
For a little bit,
Garland
for a
Avenue.
limited time, and I'm gonna have to
Fayetteville,
edit out the
Arkansas.
free
My dad-
beer part. But yes.
Every time my dad calls it Fayetteville, I'm like, where's there a D in Fayetteville, sir?
Well,
Yeah, we're going down Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Fayetteville.
He's an alcoholic.
Oh well, he's just speaking.
The
in
podcast
cursive.
just got good with the pigeons.
I'm aware, but I have a job to do.
Yeah.
I gotta go start
gotta
getting
pee.
ready for poetry.
What do you think?
All
What do you
right,
think? What, your darkest moment in hosting is it when somebody's just reading a poem that probably should be a conversation they're having with their therapist, but instead
No,
they're
I think it was when guy throws a glass on stage because he's going through a divorce and getting his wages garnished, and then your ex-girlfriends, plural, both show up to the show. That was probably a low watermark for hosting. But we'll find out more next time I sit down and film myself talk.
just click like, click subscribe, ring the bell notification icon. You got to know when Conrad drops one of these.
This has been
You got to know.
2.5 guys try to be interesting.
Enjoy your life. That's the only advice I'm qualified to give.
in the show.
Yeah.
All right.
Fun.
Yeah, nailed it.
Stuck the landing. I do gotta pee. So that is just up for grabs.
Do what?
That beer.
I don't have COVID. I swabbed.
That one.